everybody. Cam K and with you here on GeForce TV for the NASCAR Pinty Series Power Hour, back from a week hiatus. And man, glad to be back this week because there was a lot of stuff that did happen in our week off and stuff that's happened today. So we're very excited. We're going to have a exclusive interview with Ryan Dyson as he announces his 2023 NASCAR Pinty Series plans. Huge news on that front. And then, of course, we were able to see some news out for Eastbound Park as well being mentioned. Wayne Hanlon Jr. out at in Eastbound Park, also going to be making a start in the NASCAR Pinty Series. We'll take a look at the page, the NASCAR Pinty Series community on Facebook. 6.6. We need to get a little bit higher. 6,600 members. We want to get a little bit higher. We want to get up to at least 7,000 right when the season starts, May 13th at Sunset Speedway. So we're going to start the episode off with obviously some breaking news, I guess, today. And we'll start it off with what we got here, which is here on the NASCAR Pinty Series page. A lot of announcements taking place. Ryan Dyson, this was the biggest one so far. They are going to go NASCAR Pinty Series racing in 2023. Really awesome news for Dyson and JRD Motorsports. If you don't know this team, they are the gold standard in terms of content for race teams in Ontario. They do it much better than a lot of people. Constant on social media, showcasing whatever's going on in their shop, whatever's going on with the races. You see a couple of guys, a couple of teams are doing that. They're starting to pick up on realizing how important media is. And of course, the announcement today that he is going to be behind the wheel of the number 28 for DJK Racing at Delaware, September 24th. That is the finale. Gives them lots of time heading to the finale to find additional marketing partners. But we wanted to be able to get you the announcement itself. So we're going to play that here from its YouTube channel. Going to give them the exposure that they deserve. And we'll let that play. And we'll let you enjoy, of course. If you can, go and subscribe to JRD Motorsports, a friend of the channel. And you see here on that right-hand side there, they have JRD Motorsports listed. And so let us put it together.
Partners as the September 24th race comes sooner, and we look forward to making more announcements soon. Now, let's go see what we're racing.
What do you want?
I want to drive the car.
All right, come on in.
All right. We're here at DJK Racing, home to two-time NASCAR Pinty Series champion, none other than Mr. DJ Kennington.
Everybody?
Which one of these am I driving?
I'm not decided yet. I'm not sure if you can handle any of them.
Ooh.
But I think you're going to give it a hell of a shot.
I was going to say, can we at least find out?
Absolutely.
All right.
100%, man. Come on in. Probably, I'm thinking it's going to be Black Beauty over here. Going to be the one you're going to
sure you saved the tires.
No, you get 2 sets. I'll burn them up. You pay for them, so heck, you might as well use them.
Yeah, well, now the tricky part. Let's see if I can get out.
Yeah, good luck. That's important too, because if you do end up upside down or on fire, you're gonna be able to
What do
get
you
out, right?
think's happening here?
Well, hey, I'm just saying it happens. The last time I was in the where I had a Henry Ranger on the hood, so
This is true.
anything can happen.
Is it that bad?
It is that hood.
That looks
You're
pretty,
exactly right.
pretty good shape.
Yeah, we got lucky. Trust me. Everybody said I did such a good job, but I think it was lucky.
Well, that's it for tonight. It's been an awesome time here at DJK Racing with DJ. Can't thank DJ enough for showing us around the shop. We are beyond excited. I don't even know what the word would be, but we are just ecstatic for this opportunity. I can't thank DJ enough for the opportunity to even get to drive one of these things. And I can't thank Douglas Window Door enough for the opportunity to even be able to do it, making it happen for us, and all the people that are going to come on board as we get closer to the race. We have 2 championships to worry about before we even get there. We're racing for 2, 3.
Yeah, I got one too.
This is a fair point. We have 3 championships to worry about before we get there. And September 24th at Delaware Speedway can't come soon enough. And it's going to be an awesome year for us and our super stock team. It's going to be an awesome year watching DJ run for the championship in the NASCAR Pinty Series. And there'll be lots more coming down the pipeline. Can't thank you enough, sir, for this. You'll be coming around a lot more, and we'll be back here lots more. And it's going to be an awesome year.
You betcha.
Well, so I gotta say that the trouble there with the sound, guys. I have to be my own tech guy at the same time as trying to organize this, so I apologize for there not being sound for some of that. I hope some of it came out for you guys. Really cool stuff. If you haven't already, then go on and check it out at JRD Motorsports on social media. Check out all that they got there. They're going to have content for the most part all season long. So Ryan is definitely somebody that we're excited to see what he does this season in the super stocks for sure. There's going to be a good crowd of people, I would expect, at Delaware Speedway this summer for sure for the Pinty's fall brawl. Is definitely going to be something chaotic, but also quite fun. I think we saw last year how good the racing at Delaware can be, and the Pinty Series, and then getting regulars from Delaware Speedway always is a smart move. Now, if we can get a couple more series to have that, we see it obviously at GP3R, we see it at Chaudier, get guys from the local tracks. Sunset would be nice to see a couple regular Sunset racers to be in the Pinty's race, and CTMP is kind of a crapshoot. You get kind of everybody from all over, but it is definitely a work in progress, I think, for the series, and we do have an interview coming up with Ryan Dyson here on the show. Hopefully we'll get that figured out as to what the audio issue is. It's very frustrating to try and figure out what the heck is not clicked, or what is and what isn't. So for whatever reason, I could not get the sound to come out properly here. Just frustrating, and I'm sorry for anybody listening that we didn't have it out. But the bonus is that you can still check it out on JRD Motorsports on our NASCAR Pinty Series page. You can definitely check it out here on YouTube. Definitely subscribe to their channel and see more. They're going to have a lot of great stuff within the off season, heading into the racing season at Delaware Speedway. course, regular Superstock Series drivers, and JRD Motorsports does a fantastic job with their content. One thing else, got to definitely take a look. You've got the Sunset Speedway, talking about their first race of the season. Now, one thing that's very important to note about this race, May 13th, is also going to be, as you see here, it mentions the Big Z Memorial, Bill Zardo Senior Memorial Race, $4,600 for a hot rod race. And that's big money for that series, all in honor of Bill Zardo Sr. So an amazing initiative by Sunset Speedway. They're making a lot of changes at that track this year. Lots of fan engagement, lots of great stuff. So if you haven't already, make sure you get your tickets. Go to Sunset Speedway. Find yourself a place to sit and enjoy the NASCAR Pinty Series along with the hot rods. That's May 13th, Big Z Memorial, and of course the NASCAR Pinty Series opener at Sunset Speedway. Birthdays. Brandon Watson celebrated a birthday this week. And of course, 4-time champion Scott Steckley, also a birthday this week. A little bit of a tease here. Dave Corsall, named from the past, hasn't raced in this series in over 10 years, but Jean-Philippe Bergeron pointed out that he does have a tag here with his race suit, #NPS. So potentially there's going to be the NASCAR Pinty Series for Dave Corsall once again. It's been a while since we've seen the Corsalls in the series. Of course, Andre and Dave, longtime competitors. Andre is pretty more well known for CASCAR and the Canadian Tire Series. You also have the opportunity to be a NASCAR Pinty Series part-time official. There is a job posted here from NASCAR. Thanks to Doug Gondor for passing this on. Part-time official position posted 4 days ago. Now listen, if you wanted to be a NASCAR Pinty Series official, you have the ability here. Now look right here. And this is one thing that you don't want to shy away from. High school diploma or general education degree, 1 to 3 is experience or training or equivalent combination of education and experience, customer service skills, and the ability to travel up to 90%, including weekends. How about that? Not too much that you need to have in terms of that. The position, of course, it's going to be kind of all over the place. You're going to have opportunities to do stuff. As far as my understanding is that the position within the NASCAR Pinty Series is you kind of switch roles. I don't believe they're the same role at every race, which kind of gives you an opportunity to do different things. So as you see here, you've got inspector, starter, assistant starter, flagman. It says this position will assume roles at the racetrack, which includes, so flagman's on there, stop and go person, turn spotter, pace car driver, pit road person, pit road inspector, garage official, roamer, which I think is an odd name, troubleshooter, and tire official. Duties. Okay, now this is an interesting thing because a lot of people will go and say, well, what do I get to do? Well, you remember, you're an official. You're in charge, right? You're a sense of authority at the racetrack here. Maintain proficiency in and knowledge of rules and penalties. Very important to know that. Implement and apply rules and penalties. Implement and apply the appropriate pit road and race procedures in a consistent, timely, and professional manner. Don't be swearing at everybody. Establish and maintain proper communications with assigned crew chief and or race control as required. Properly execute and confirm any directive from race control. Perform duties in a timely and authoritative manner while portraying a professional image. Very important when you work for NASCAR to be professional. Competent understanding of radio use procedures and etiquette, and responsible for securing equipment. Binoculars, watch flags, radios for duties assigned, and or performing routine checks on same. So, of course, this is a very exciting opportunity, but not everybody is going to be able to get it. So make sure if you are interested, get yourself applied. Careers, www.careers.nascar.com for a position within the NASCAR Pinty Series. These do not come up very regularly, so definitely take the opportunity if you are interested. to apply. Who knows? It could be yours. Now, I do know a couple people that have already thrown their hat into the circle, so definitely feel free. Get out there and get yourself an opportunity to work in one of the coolest series. No, not for me, Terry. I like what I do right now. I know it's not particularly a job per se, but when stuff does become a job, it kind of does take a different role. So definitely they've got benefits, they've got salaries. I'm not 100% sure as to what you would get as a part-time employee. That's always the interesting kind of thing, but my understanding is that you would be able to travel and that would be compensated. Hotels would be compensated. So you are going to be able to go out and enjoy Canada. That's one of the coolest things, is that we're traveling from Saskatoon to Alberta, all the way out to Eastbound Park in Newfoundland, and all over Quebec. So there's definitely a lot of opportunity here, lots of really cool things. And a lot of the officials, are people that we get to see at each and every event. I'll talk about Gloria Ng all the time. She's one of my favorite people at the racetrack. And she's been an official in this series for many years. And you get to know a lot of these great people. And, obviously there's been some changes taking place with the NASCAR team this year. Obviously with Sherry Putnam retiring. But as far as I know, there's going to be a lot of returning names on the management side, and obviously Tony Spiteri coming in as the GM of the series. We'll be adding a bit more to the series as well. We have to still wait and see. The announcements really haven't been made for this year yet, so we'll continue to kind of provide as much updates as we can here on the show. But I definitely wanted to point this out for you guys because there's a lot of people that do ask, how can I get involved in the NASCAR Pinty Series? Well, this would be a great place to start. I know that there's, people that are curious about how they can get involved. Really what you need to do, if you don't get the opportunity with NASCAR, volunteer at your local track. Get out there and because I'll tell you right now, that's how you get in and get noticed, is by working at racetracks. Perfect example is, Olivia Whistle's out there. She's an official out in, I believe it's Edmonton International. And you go out there and you volunteer and you get to be known when people come by and see you. Sunset Speedway, again, people normally will know. And the racing community knows people and knows people that are good. And if they have an opening, they tend to pass it on. And if you are making it known that you want to make yourself available for a NASCAR Pinty Series position in the future, get your opportunities at the local racetrack, get your experience. That's always a good thing, is getting to do flag work, getting to do spotting work, working at a racetrack to do such is definitely the right way to do it. And I think our tracks deserve that. I think they definitely would love that. We've got a buddy, our buddy Marshall Wade, we call him now, and he got an opportunity to marshal at CTMP, and he absolutely loves that. And that's how you build experience to be able to get to go to this type of level. And you never know what can happen. The other thing is, as Terry points out, is, and this is a very, very key thing here, is ask some of the race teams. Volunteering at a race shop is one of the best things you could do. And there's a lot of teams that could use help. And as far as I know, that a lot of teams really need it. It's not an easy thing to operate a race team. And we're not saying that we're going to go out there and you're going to make millions of dollars working for a race team in Canada. That's not how it works. But you can definitely volunteer and get your experience. Race teams are, you got some great race teams too. Terry knows all about those race teams. He's been involved in the garage for many years. And, you got DJK Racing, you've got 22 Racing, you've got EHR, WMI. These are all Ontario-based teams. Not only that, you got the Quebec race teams, Dumoulin Competition and Paillet Racing. They have obviously they'll be willing to have people come in and volunteer to help out. That's what these teams need, man. It's a grind, and it's not an easy thing to do. And so getting out there, help your racetracks, help your race teams. Volunteering is the way to go to get involved in the motorsport scene. If you haven't already, I know some people want to go up and just say, oh, well, I'm going to be a part of the NASCAR Pinty series and I have no experience. I don't know if they'd go for that. But if you go and run a season, do a couple seasons at Sunset Speedway doing corner work, all of a sudden, maybe it looks a little bit better working as a scorer or working in a professional setting. That definitely helps for sure. So this is obviously a really cool opportunity. Definitely get out there. I don't believe it does say when this position closes, which is something I'm a little surprised with. I don't know if this is just an open opportunity. This could just be something that is open consistently. But definitely you've got amazing people that work there. So, and yeah, as Terry says here, often people can't travel, so they look for local people at tracks. That's what you got to do, right? There's a lot of people that would do it, and you know, we're gonna go back here and we're gonna see some more stuff that happened on the page here. Oh, that's just a Ray Morneau trying to have a conversation. But one of the other things that was really cool this week, and I absolutely love stuff like this. How can you not, really? Chantel Kalika and Busch Racing got the opportunity. And this is a partnership, I believe, that's going back a bit. Chantel and AGI, obviously, is her primary sponsor, Co-op Lake Country. But they've had this great relationship with their local hockey affiliate. I believe it's a junior hockey team. And to bring the 43 out onto the racetrack and is one thing. But to bring it out onto the ice before a junior hockey game is friggin' amazing. I absolutely love this. I really don't remember. You'd have to remind me going back to, and Terry probably would know, but I remember Joey McComb's Maple Leafs car. And I don't remember if they ever actually did something like that. Where this is such a cool thing. Having the race car there at the game. Obviously, Chantel's promoting what women can do. She's got I'm going to have to go back to the actual post just to remember the exact name of the organization that she's working with. But you got your AGI right at the beginning. I mean, like, that's so cool to have it at the beginning of a hockey game on the ice. And not only this, but Chantel, who's such a good rep for our series. You got the announcements. You got your hockey players right next to the 43 Dodge. She got to drop the puck for the game. I mean, it's not the best photo here. It's a little fuzzy, but I absolutely love this. This is so cool that Chantel Kalika is able to do this. It's the Prince Albert Raiders hockey team, and to be able to do this and to have a hockey organization have a partnership like this. And she had some of the players in her race car last year, in an event that they did together, and obviously this is so cool to see organizations like this. And Chantel is really working at putting herself out there to get the recognition that she really does deserve. I mean, she's done an amazing job at getting partners, and she's getting better. I think that's the one thing we can see. Last year, she got her best career finish in the series. Okay, so yeah, Terry says, I don't remember it being done. Yeah, I don't remember it either. But maybe it was a lost opportunity, right? Even if it wasn't done with the Toronto Maple Leafs, you do something with the Toronto Marlies or the Junior Hockey Club. There's lots of options to do stuff like that, and crossover between sports is never a bad thing. That's why I'm really hoping we actually see the AGI Dodge at the Briar, or the whatever the AGI sponsors, if it is the Briar, or if they help sponsor the Scotties curling tournament. Crossover is always one thing. I said, like, I'd love to be able to see this and have members of the NASCAR Pinty Series community be able to join Chantal Kalika with this, not just her by herself here. Obviously, it's a big thing for her, being a local driver, but the right stuff happening here. Definitely a great thing, and I'm really excited to see where Chantal, how she does this year. She's gonna be back for the Western races this year, and obviously it was such a cool event for her, and to showcase the NASCAR Pinty Series for the This Girl Can Night is what it was called. And Prince Albert Raiders, fantastic, really cool stuff there. And she's got some amazing partners. We've got some better pictures here of the car on the ice. I mean, like, so cool. And not just that, but see, like, Pinty's on it, our local contingencies, Jostens, Mobile One, PFC, E3 Spark Plugs, and Leland on there as well. I mean, for myself, for us, at the podcast, it was really cool seeing the stickers and scuffs logo on the front of the car. We're full of announcements today. LP Dumoulin has also confirmed that he is going to be at Motorama for the weather. Most likely he'll be at the WeatherTech booth. So the 47, I'm not sure if the car will be there or just as he'll be there. So I would assume we would see LP Dumoulin there. He'll probably sign some autographs. Great opportunity to see LP Dumoulin if you don't get the opportunity to see him out at the racetrack this year. Man, a lot of stuff happened in the 2 weeks that we haven't had a show here. Peter Kloot also got to participate. If you don't know Peter Kloot, longtime competitor in the NASCAR Pinty Series, was part of the Trans Am Series, and he's been a road racer for a long time, so this is not really a surprise that he was out there racing. But not the best finish here, 33rd, tough finish for Peter, but really cool that he got out there. Lots of young talent in the Trans Am Series that is really well known within NASCAR, especially in its development series right now. But we're almost done with the news. And I guess the last one we got the news. Carl Haar and Derek Lynch from the NASCAR Pinty Series, both drivers that haven't been around in the series for a while, but they were at the beginning. Carl Haar, longtime Western driver in CASCAR, very successful. Derek Lynch, legend across Ontario. I still remember the number 77 Allied Steel Buildings Dodge, which he drove in the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series. But congratulations to both of them being part of the class of 2022 in the Canadian Motorsport Hall of Fame. And this was the big announcement at the beginning of the week last week. It was Wayne Hanlon Jr. will make his NASCAR Pinty Series debut at Eastbound Park. Now, this is huge for him, a local driver getting the opportunity to race. And it was so cool that I was able to be a part of this, put the car design together. Wayne is just over the moon excited for this. It's an opportunity with Hanlon Motorsports using a DJK car. It's not a DJK racing team or anything like that. It is Hanlon Motorsports. It's a DJK racing car. And how exciting for Eastbound Park guys to get the opportunities. I mean, we saw Sarah Thorne, Brandon McFarlane last year. I think we're going to see a couple more guys this year have an opportunity out east in Newfoundland. The problem is I don't think there's enough cars to be able to fill the field really right now. That is what we got. Obviously, a couple weeks ago, we got Ken Schrader confirmed on the show, but that is it for the news. Now, let's get back to what we talked about earlier, and I really hope that this works out here. because the earlier stuff we couldn't get the audio to work properly. So I really hope that this will work for you guys. But we got the exclusive. We talked with Ryan Dyson today, and wanted to hear more about his NASCAR Pinty Series plans and how this came to be. And so definitely let me know if you guys can hear this time, and I will restart it. It's just a pain in the butt, unfortunately, with the program and not being a tech guy myself, having to kind of learn to do the tech on the fly here. But let's take a look and see my interview here with Ryan Dyson. Hello, everybody. Welcome into the NASCAR Pinty Series Power Hour on GeForce TV. And we're really excited to start off this episode with the big announcement that was dropped today. Ryan Dyson, JRD Motorsports, are going NASCAR Pinty Series racing in 2023. I have to get your immediate thoughts, man. How does it feel?
It's pretty damn exciting. We've been sitting on it for a little while. I've almost slipped and told several people, yourself included, and it's awesome to finally get it out there and be able to talk about it, and hopefully build some hype and get some more marketing partners on board. And there's still quite a bit of racing to do before we get to that point, but definitely excited.
Was this something that you guys had been planning for a while, or was this more you had a great partner in Douglas Windows and Doors that wanted to make a bigger impact and maybe take a bigger step in the motorsports scene?
Yeah, I mean, the goal to get the NASCAR Pinty Series. I mean, that's the top series in Canadian stock car racing. I mean, naturally you would go like into a late model and then into the APC series, and you see guys like Brandon Watson do that and then go into the Pinty Series. But when opportunities happen, you see what you can do and you make it happen if you can. And that's kind of about what we did. It just, everything kind of came together, and then we talked with the people from Douglas and said, here's a crazy idea. And they were interested, and lots of other things came together, and everything just all went perfect and led to the opportunity where we could actually make it happen.
And you're partnering with DJK Racing, of all people. DJK is probably DJ Kennington is like the top of the name that you could go and partner with for a race. And was he your only choice, or was he the best choice? Like, what was the reasoning behind? Is it because he had the 28 available? Is that what it was?
I mean, that didn't hurt, but I mean, we've made it known this year that we're working with Rick Verburn and DJK and stuff a little bit this year for the super stock. And I've known DJ for a few years, and I mean, it's pretty crazy growing up on the hill at Delaware Speedway, watching him kick ass out there, and then all of a sudden now we're gonna be driving one of his cars in the Pinty Series. So I mean, that was the deal. That was, there was no other options discussed or anything. That's what we wanted to do, and that's what we wanted to make happen. So bonus that we get to run the 28 with DJ, definitely a bonus. It's the only number I've ever ran, so definitely excited for that. And like you said, I mean, DJ's the man, so it's definitely pretty cool to be driving one of his cars. And we'll have lots of work to do on our end to make it happen, because DJ's got a full slate of racing for himself. But yeah, definitely excited.
There's a lot of names that we've seen take the step into the NASCAR Pinty Series the last couple of seasons. Yourself taking the step this year. We've seen Ray Morneau Jr., Jake Sheridan, and Brandon Watson have all taken that step as well. Is the NASCAR Pinty Series is still very hard to get into, but it's been nice to see this almost a refresh of Ontario faces coming in to this series. So do you feel that we're turning a corner in terms of people trying to make that a viable option for their racing?
Yeah, I mean, just for us with being able to do it at Delaware, obviously was number one. There was a little bit of a gap there where the Pinty Series didn't go to Delaware Speedway, which definitely would have complicated a few things. We feel that that's a place that we can get our feet wet, get started, maybe make a name for ourselves, see what can happen. So that definitely was a contributing factor to the decision. There was a little while there where the Pinty Series, I think, was struggling. And I think in the last few years, it's definitely grown to the point where it's like, I got to be a part of this. And it's something that you want to get to, and it's something to strive for. And you've seen some people like Brandon Watson,
go full time. You've seen people like Ray Morneau make it happen, and Jake Sheridan, like you said. So I think showing people that it's awesome and you can do it, and people go out there and run well, provided the equipment's good. So yeah, I definitely think that it's definitely a direction that a lot of people are looking, and it's never in my wildest dreams that I think it would be something that we would be able to do. But here we are.
Well, one of the things that your team is very good at, what you're very good at, is making sure that there's a lot of content for people to see. And we've seen it all off season, heading into your season for the super stocks. Are we going to get to see some more behind the scenes for you? You posted some today with you getting behind the wheel, getting comfortable in the seat. I was surprised DJ even let you in the shop based off of his entry when he first opened the door, which was absolutely fantastic. But we're going to get to see a bit more behind the scenes content for you at the NASCAR Pinty Series race.
Yeah, us getting the announcement out before the season was for many different reasons. One of those reasons being that we want to show kind of our journey. What we do in the shop and what we do on the YouTube channel and social media stuff is a large contributing factor to why we're even able to do it. So we definitely want to be able to show that and show the progress. And, when we go take a car out for testing for the first time, we want to show that. And we want to hopefully grow and get the exposure going and hopefully get some more marketing partners on board. So there was lots of different reasons as to why we wanted to get it announced. It might seem, September 24th is a long ways away. We got 15 to 17 super stock races and 2 championships to race for before that race. But there's many reasons why we wanted to get that announcement out beforehand. And some of those are just the things that I just mentioned.
We obviously want to see more races, but we're happy to see just one announced right now for you, Ryan Dyson. How can people get involved with you and your team if they want to be a marketing partner, or if they want to actually follow your guys' journey all throughout the racing season? Because you guys do put so much content out there for everybody.
Yeah, we're on every single social media platform there is, I think, from YouTube to TikTok to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. So reach out anywhere on any of those. We got our website, jrdmotorsports.ca. Please subscribe to us on YouTube. It's growing, and we're really, really excited about that. And lots of opportunities available with our race team, from the Super Stocks, the NASCAR Pinty's car, to just doing some other fun stuff. So we're very easy to approach. We're very easy to get along with, and we do absolutely everything we can to make sure we do a good job for those that believe in us and partner with us and back our opportunities.
We're very excited here on the NASCAR Pinty Series Power Hour on GeForce TV to announce, obviously, Ryan Dyson to be part of his announcement today. Getting to chat with you on the day that you launch this announcement is absolutely amazing. We can't wait to see, first off, what the car looks like, because you have a good history of really good-looking race cars. So hopefully we'll get to see that coming out real soon. But congratulations, Ryan, and we can't wait to see you at Delaware, September 24th.
Thank you. I appreciate it. We'll obviously have to make sure there's a Stickers and Scuffs logo on that car for that race.
Absolutely. It sounds great. Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you.
Well, I can't say that I could be any more happy for Ryan Dyson, because I've got to know him a little bit over the last couple of years, and he's been an amazing friend of ours, and we're really excited to be able to chat with him, and he seems really, really pumped up, and that's really cool to see. It's so cool to see. I mean, when you get to know people and then you just have a feeling about them. I have a really good feeling about Ryan Dyson. I think he's, as Rick Verburn says, Rick, we must be the same brain. This kid's gonna do a great job. I think so. I think Ryan's a smart driver. He knows how to take care of his stuff, and they're doing things the right way. And we're really excited to have him as an SNS driver again as part of our program. And I really like watching his content, and it's crazy to know that he was the voice of the APC series so many years ago, doing those videos, and now he's out there competing with the big boys, and hasn't been racing that long, but is already getting the opportunity to race in the NASCAR Pinty Series. And Ken, I love your idea about a helmet cam. That would be pretty cool, for sure. And I love this opportunity that he has with DJK Racing. I think DJ this year is literally giving dreams. He's giving people the opportunity to live out their dreams. Sarah Thorne last year Wayne Hanlon this year, Matt Shirley last year. I mean, the amount of people that you can see in these cars is it's so cool. And to see a local driver get that opportunity, we saw it with Ray last year, Ray Morneau, saw it with Jake Sheridan. Man, it just means so much more to see some of those guys that just don't get the opportunities, and then they finally get this chance. And it'd be really cool to see him at Delaware. I think Delaware is going to be pretty packed again. I don't know what the series is looking like this year so far in terms of car count. Obviously, we've heard a lot of cars that are going to be part-time. We've heard a lot of names that we expect to be back, but then we haven't heard really a lot of new stuff. Still waiting on confirmations for names like Trayton Lapsevich. Obviously, DJ we can expect is coming back. Marc-Antoine Cameron expect coming back, but a lot of names that we really haven't really heard too much about. Brandon Watson would be one of those names yet, but we expect that he'll be out there. Mark Dilley, TJ Renamato, across the board. Some of those names. We don't believe Ray Cornamash Jr. Don't believe Rafael Lessard are back this year. I expect to see Matthew Kingsbury out there. Tag, expect to see him out there. Kyle Steckley, I would think that he'd be out there for a little bit. So the names are out there. We already know Andrew Ranger, Glenn Stiers, their WMI are going to race this year. They'll be there. 28 car will be around. Rick probably going to be working on the 28 and the 17. Craziness, I bet, at DJK this year with the amount of work they're going to have. I haven't heard anything about the Klutz. I haven't heard anything about Gary Klutz for this upcoming season. I'd be very interested to see what he's doing. Maybe Rick knows. I don't, but I really like this influx of Ontario talent. We obviously say Brandon Watson being one of those names. You think that NASCAR should leave Twitter, considering how much that side of NASCAR community has damaged the sport, as well as Twitter expecting to lose over 3 million years? At the end of the day, Twitter isn't, I don't think, NASCAR's biggest platform. I wholeheartedly believe Facebook is. A lot of people that watch NASCAR, that older generation, don't even have Twitter. They're staying with Facebook. Instagram is the hot one now. Instagram and TikTok, those are the real big platforms. I don't personally think that I don't really have an interest as such with Twitter, honestly. We were on it when we first started doing our SNS stuff, but we found more of belonging with the Facebook community. A lot more response from the Facebook community and Instagram, as well as the new kind of hit. But I don't think NASCAR is really going to worry about Twitter, honestly. I don't think it matters to them. The NASCAR Pinty Series, I don't think that's going to affect them either. I think they're doing whatever they can to try and get social media presence as it is. But as we head into the rest of this, I mean, we're going to be at Motorama this upcoming week. We're hopefully going to get some interviews for you guys for next week on Monday, and hope to get some of the names. LP Dumoulin's going to be there at Motorama, so we'll hopefully get a chance to chat with him. We don't need to dive into all that stuff. It doesn't really. Honestly, it's social media. It's what it is, right? But at the end of the day, we're almost there, folks. Almost. It is 2 months to go until the NASCAR Pinty Series opens up at Sunset Speedway, and hopefully we'll get a lot more names, a lot more interest, a lot more possibilities coming around. I'll be there all weekend there, Rick. So definitely we'll have to connect, because I definitely need to get my Rick Verburn fix and hear all about the stuff that's going on, and hear about your super stock. And I'll be there. I won't be there Friday, Sean, but I'll be there all day Saturday, all day Sunday, doing. I'm kind of all over the place, honestly. I would have loved to say that I wasn't going to be busy, but the amount of people that are going to be there, we will have our stickers and scuffs Decals, True Canadian Racing Fan, Decals, True Canadian Racing Fan hats for sale. I'll have them on board. We've got stuff to get interviews. I'd like to get as many interviews as possible from local drivers. I'll be also working for OSS, so on the Ontario Sportsman Series. I'll probably be out at that booth for a little bit. We're supposed to do a live taping of the podcast on the stage for the Racing Corral, I think is what it's called. Racers Corral. Definitely go out there. Are you, Sean, are you planning on going for the weekend? But I guess I might try and get there Friday night. Definitely, if you can, man, experience it. It is, man. Now, if it were me, I would just want a little bit more racing. That's just me, though. I really need to know about the car customs and car clubs and stuff like that. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love all the cars, but for me, if I could get 300 race cars in the International Center, that would be awesome. I'd friggin' love that. But I guess they're all in a way. They're all really race cars. We could all race every single one of those cars that's in there. But definitely want to thank eBay Motors. Thank Inside Track. We'll be there with our press as press. And so the hope is obviously that we have some stuff to share with you. Obviously, next Monday. I don't expect there's going to be a large Pinty's presence. My understanding is NASCAR is not going to be there, so unfortunate that they're not. But you went last year just to avoid the crowd. Yeah, I expect actually, Sean, that the crowd's going to be even crazier this year than it was last year. I think we still had kind of the COVID-esque avoidance last year, but now we're back to normal pretty much, and I expect the crowd is going to be massive on Saturday, massive on Sunday. I'm planning on bringing shorts because the amount of walking around you're going to be doing, it's going to get hot, and this body was not meant for walking. It wasn't meant for doing a lot of stuff. So Redenson, oh my God, I haven't seen you in forever. Everything's great, Ryan. Glad to see you, man. We heading out your way at some point. I can't wait to see your videos for Eastbound Park, and please get a good shot of Wayne's car for me. I worked hard on that thing, so be awesome to see what you can do. We're not going to be able to go out there this year, unfortunately. Just not in the budget for me to be going out to Newfoundland. You have to remember too, I'm not really a traveler, so I'm trying to get used to it. But I will not be heading out there, unfortunately. It's not going to work this year for me. It's a lot for me. Like GP3R was the first time I had been. GP3R was the first time I had been away from home overnight in like 10 years. And that was a bit of a challenge for me. Being away from home is not an easy thing for me with my own mental health. But I definitely I will support the hell out of this series. I support the hell out of it for time to come. So I'm planning on making a lot of trips to the mainland this year. Hell yeah! I can't wait to see more. Derek Doxeter. 51D, how many teams plus dirt guys do you think will be in the for the NASCAR Pinty's 100? Honestly, I would have said it was going to be a lot more. I don't know about the reality is, Derek, I really don't know how many cars we're going to have this year. I know of teams that have decreased, obviously WMI being one of them. I believe EHR as well are decreasing the amount of cars that they're going to have regularly full-time. However, that doesn't mean one-offs are going away. So if you count all the teams that could potentially have a car, that's the key word, potentially have a car, it's not completely out of the realm of possibility that we could see 26, 27, 28. Do I think we'll get there? The attraction this year is that it's 2 days, not one. And I think that might make it a little bit more reasonable for people to go out there. I wouldn't be shocked if you see Dave Bailey out there again. I wouldn't be shocked if you see Michael Gowdy out there again. Definitely Stewie Friesen. I think as well the Christopher Bell thing, that could happen this year. The other name that was floated out last year and was thought to have been happening for quite a while was actually Kyle Larson. That was a name that he was coming. He was going to come, and then he couldn't make it. And then it was Christopher Bell was going to come. Then he couldn't make it. Luckily, we did get Jake Sheridan, which was a great story. I think Jake Hooker is somebody you're definitely going to go out. I don't think he's missing an opportunity like this again. We definitely could, Reegs. Contact me, please, Reegs. We'll try and put that together, because we'd love that. Reedson, hope to hear from TSN again this year to swing on the media team for the Newfoundland trip. I'm sure they'd help, for sure. And Reegs, I've always thought of you as an honorary Stickers and Scuffs podcaster, so if we can get you situated, absolutely, 100%. We'd be willing to have you out there. Just we'll try and put the details together, my friend. And I can't say that we can promise to pay you to make your way there, but we'll try and make it happen, buddy. At least we'll try and get you in as part of our Stickers and Scuffs crew. You've done a great job covering the series, and we could always use the Atlantic persuasion, I guess you could say. Anyways, 8:00, guys. Appreciate you all for coming in, and I apologize for last week. It just things were not working out to be able to have a show, but we are going to have some fun this year, my friends. A lot of fun this year covering the NASCAR Pinty Series, covering all sorts of racing, really. But here on the NASCAR Pinty Series Power Hour, really appreciate you guys tuning in. If you can't already, subscribe to the channel, GeForce TV, man. We're going to have some amazing stuff this year. Race Rivals Race Chat. Going to have weekly Race Rivals Race Chat, weekly NASCAR Pinty Series Power Hour, and of course, APC Series, weekly Racing Promotion Weekend Speedway. We're going to have some fun this year, friends. Have a great night.